Morning, guys. What it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the drama life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all fades to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Okay, so I am coming through on the first day of February. Yes, girl, we into February already. So I am cooking today. Let me show you. Let me show you. This is major. This is so major. Let me show you. I'm cooking oatmeal, girl. Yes. And why is cooking oatmeal so major? Well, I have not cooked oatmeal since my mother passed away in 2016. That's what's so major about cooking oatmeal. It's making me very emotional, but I'm going to go ahead and do it because I want to start getting back to my health, right? Back then, I was eating a bowl of oatmeal every day. I was working in a theme park. It was a cartoon theme restaurant. And girl, we would know when we were going to lunch. I also have some more. Y'all know I'm stuck on my discrimination rants right now because I told you there's so many ways besides just being black that I have been discriminated against. So I said, let me go ahead and finish that into a whole series because discrimination brings about the reason we need to tackle discrimination is because it brings about the separatism and placing this one above that one and that one above that one. And we should never place ourselves above another. You don't know who you're placing to the bottom. Does the person that you're placing to the bottom because you feel like you're better than them, do you feel like putting them at the bottom, but do they really actually deserve to be at the bottom? It's some of the best people that are dwelling at the bottom. So discrimination needs to go so that we can all have equal opportunities. They love to preach that, but a lot of times you don't see that in the real world. So even besides being black, I started to, being black, a lot of times you're going to face discrimination. Yes. But, I want to touch on other issues of why discrimination lives. Also, this is going to tell you why, because people seem to think sometimes that black people are, we are the bottom of the barrel. That's why we deserve to be treated in the way that we're being treated because we're lazy, we're violent, we're this, we're that. I'm none of the above. And I know a lot of black people that are none of the above. So I said, well, let me just bring light to it because evidently ain't nobody putting no microphone in my face. They're not going to go to the people that are not acting ratchet because they want the representative of black people to be ratchet. So they're never going to ask somebody that is not ratchet about anything that has to do with being black. Anyways, back to this oatmeal. I used to make oatmeal every single day because I did work in a theme park and we were discriminated against, which is crazy, due to age. Yes, there's a certain thing called being discriminated against due to your age. And I would be so hungry. I mean, my back would be touching my stomach be touching my back. And they would tell me, oh, no, you got this person in front of you. Now, there was other things as well, like nationality that had to play in that discrimination. But one of the biggest things was age because they felt like all the older people, which back then, I guess they didn't know I was older, girl, because I wasn't the youngest, chicken in the coop. But they would group me with the younger people, though there was nobody like in my age range. I was in my 30s. There were either the younger people in high school when you work in a theme park, they could still be in school. Our theme park even had a high school inside of it where the students would work half the day. And then the students would come to their classes in trailers in the back of the theme park, right? So they would like to send the older people first. And I'm like, but I can't, I'll go up saying that I need my need to eat, and they'll be like, well, you got 5 people in front of you. Breaks are long. Okay, I'll open the oatmeal, right? So girl, we gonna watch this pot boil. This how I feel when I'm up there waiting on my YouTube to take off. Watching the pot boil, like, when am I gonna get monetized? Okay, so they would never. I might as well get into the story time, girl. And then I get on to the fact of why the oatmeal is so detrimental to me and so like emotional that I'm making oatmeal, right? Okay, so they would be like, oh, you got 5 people in front of you. And I'm like, I'm hungry. Like, I started getting into certain health issues for me when I don't eat for a very long time because I'm always on the go. I have always put my body through this since I was about 20, because 20, that's when the race of my life began, because that's when my husband was taken away from the home and I had to become mother and father. I had to work. I always knew that this workship would never get me to where I wanted to be in life. Hold on, it's getting hot in the house. I knew that work would never get me to where I wanted to be in life. So I did know I had to do something outside of work, whether it been in college, cosmetology school, whether it was grinding my music career. I knew something more had to take me out of working 9 to 5. It wouldn't be just another 9 to 5 to survive. So I was always doing a lot. So it would be where I'd be out there grinding and doing whatever. And I'm like, dang, I didn't eat. Like even yesterday, y'all see, I didn't eat till 4 p.m. That is ultra ridiculous. So I would have basically my breakfast and then, but I made sure to eat before I clocked in to work there because you didn't know when you were going to lunch. And they had every excuse in the book as to why you couldn't go to lunch. Okay, so I would make my oatmeal because I needed something heavy in my stomach that would last a long time in my stomach and fill me up. A lot of breakfasts within an hour, 2 hours, you hungry again. So for me, the I don't know what it is in that oatmeal, but it was heavy and it would take a while before I get hungry. So that's the thing about why I would eat the oatmeal and where I got on that oatmeal kick of eating it every single day, to the point where people was like, Keita, you can't eat oatmeal every day. Do you eat anything besides oatmeal? And every day I was eating my oatmeal loyally, right? So they would basically say all the older people had to go to lunch first, not knowing that I am an older person. I'm in my 30s. Like I cannot wait all day like that. When I wait all day like that, I get headaches. And the headache wouldn't come on before I ate. It would be once I ate, that's when I got the headache. So I'll be okay during the first part of my shift, but because you done starved me all day, now I got a headache. And when I got a headache, I'm into popping the Excedrin and stuff like that. And it's a messy cycle. You really need to eat, and you really need to eat on time and eat the right things. Being so busy, a lot of times we're not grabbing. I'm not grabbing. I'll point to me. I'm not grabbing the right things because I'm in a hurry, I'm in a rush, and I need something to eat right now, or I'm not going to eat, right? So that's where convenience and fast food comes in and stuff like that. That is not good for you, girl. I already know that. So, but I do a lot of that for you guys on the channel. Like, I don't necessarily eat all that stuff. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But that is part of my channel. You know what I mean? Going and vlogging places. So, I don't know. A lot of times I'll let the kids get something, or I get a small something. Who knows? Whatever. And then when I eat, a lot of times I don't even eat that much. So I could get a plate of food and not even eat the whole box. Like when we went to whatchamacallit, Po Folks, I could not eat that fish. I ate like it was 2 big fish. Well, first of all, because I like my fish kind of crispy, and it was like soggy like the outside, and I didn't get that crisp. I don't know how to say that, girl. You know what I'm trying to say. That wasn't there. So I was like, girl, I can't even eat this. I'm going to put it in the oven for later. But I ate like a piece of the fish, and then I ate the little fried pickles, and that was it. I didn't eat the rest of the meal. But anyways, that was a side note. You know how your girl gets detoured because I'm all over the world and back, right? But they'll be like, you can't go to lunch. And now there's another set of discrimination that came in with them lunches too. Now I have started seeing a lot of discrimination, which is so sad, between Hispanics and Black people. I don't understand that. I have two situations where most of the management were Hispanic. And please, because I'm telling you a story about something that happened to me, do not think that I dislike a certain group of people, because I don't dislike anybody. Even though I tell you about the discrimination that I have received from Caucasian people, don't think I don't like Caucasian people. Please don't think I don't like Hispanic people. I know how to differentiate and to say that, hey, this is one person. And I'm going to more so look at you. I'm not going to look at your color. You are a goofball. It's not you're a Caucasian goofball. You're a Hispanic goofball. So just because that's like that race, that reverse racism, I'm not reverse racist at all. And the thing is, I know how to differentiate people and their characters. There's people all day long. I have a Hispanic guy all day long. I tell my discrimination story and how racist story really about how my family's all torn up because of it. And he doesn't, he completely understands, because it's not really about being against a whole race. You're against the hate and the unknowing, like what's the word? I like to use them big words, girl. You're unlearned about other races, right? And it shows it when you discriminate against people, or not just when it's with race. Like I'm saying now, it's about age. There's ageism, right? So, oh, my pot is boiling. There it goes. So we about to put the, I was about to say what Nicki Minaj said, put the rice in. We about to put the oatmeal in. Girl, I don't measure, but that look like that's too much water. Let me pour some off. And let me turn that all the way down, because that is going to cook too fast. Way too fast. So I in no way dislike anybody. I'm not like that. I know how to single you out. You are the goofball. And I dislike goofballs, but I don't dislike a whole group of people. And that's the whole point of everything I'm talking about. Don't throw away all Black people because a small group of people are doing something. Or even if it was a large group of Black people doing something, don't throw away all Black people. You know what I'm saying? But there also was the issue, back to the theme park and our lunches, where it was several Hispanic. We had basically the managers, and then we'd have the under, like it's the second layer of management. The second layer of management would be, it was how many Hispanic girls? It was several. There was one, she said she was an Afro-Latina. She completely treated us equal. And I learned that there's a lot of isms in the Latin community as well when it comes to Afro-Latinas. Isn't that crazy? Racism within racism. And girl, if we're going to be 100% transparent, there's racism within the Black community. There's, what do you call that? It's a specific, dang it, I can't remember nothing. But when you discriminate against light skin and dark skin and stuff like that, differentiate it. No, stop that. We're all different. We're all beautiful. We all have what we were supposed to bring to the table. But we're doing this in our own, like, it's like hate teaching hate. So because we were hated, we were taught to hate, and now we're hating more. We're continuing the cycle of hate. Like, girl, like, where are we going to get with that? But the Afro-Latina would treat the Black people perfectly fine. She would treat us as equal, because she would tell you herself, hey, I am Afro-Latina. I'm black just like you. Oh gosh, there's a whole nother story about that one. Oh gosh. where we were discriminated against and grouped all together by some people from England. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but that's a kind of a separate story time. You know, I ain't gonna have time because I've been off track anyway, girl. My whole life is off track. So you know my story time gonna be off track. But there was another Hispanic girl, which she was so cool. Hold on, let me turn it around so you can see. She was cool. Whoa, I almost dropped that. I'm trying to hold the camera. You kidding me? Okay, now I got to get that. That come from that corporal tunneled hand. But there was this other Hispanic manager, second layer manager, and she was so nice when she was the same job level as us. Now, when she did come there, girl was lazy. She hardly did anything, and it seemed like our area would promote the laziest. Like they would have a nomination of who's the laziest person and who can we piss them off if we make management. They would have that meeting, it seemed like. She was so lazy. She wouldn't do nothing. You ever seen those people that do this one job description, no matter what it is, they do that one thing so that they don't have to do anything else. Like that happens now too. There are certain positions people want to be in so they ain't got to do crap else. Where you can work like a dog, you can be in certain different areas and it doesn't matter. You're gonna, be all over the place and doing more work, but they're gonna stay in that one job area so that they can do the less work. Well, that was her. She did nothing. She was very lazy, but she was very nice, like when she was just one of us, a regular worker. But when she became that second layer of management, and she kept trying to move up to higher management and couldn't understand why they never nominated her. They would get people after. Girl, that's why they never nominated you to move up to even higher management. Because of what you did when you were on that lower end of management and how you treated people then, girl. Like, girl, God sees everything. So she would treat, before anybody is thought of, she's going to think of her other fellow Latinas, so all the other girls that were her friends, like even though we were management and regular, team members, you're not supposed to mix and mingle like that. You're not supposed to have those friendships due to it could be discrimination when you have all those friendships and stuff like that. You could be treating me a certain way because I'm not your friend, girl, and I'm not the person that comes there to make friends. I'm there to work. So that's what was happening. So you would have the one manager trying to make sure that all the Latinas went first. And what killed me was she would not time them. She would basically, they can go, they can come back. I have even seen another Latina clock back in, Latina girl. She clocked back in and she sat down and ate with the manager. I'm like, are you kidding me? I want to go to lunch. So their lunches would take, I'm trying to sweep this stuff up. Their lunches would take 1,000,001 years. So it's like, when am I ever going to go to lunch? Like, I'm hungry. And they already had to send the older people to lunch as well. So I was always last. I'm always the left out. I'm always the looked over. I'm always mistreated. I don't know. It's just something about me that tells people that, like, I got a big sign like, hey guys, please mistreat me. I guess it's because I'm so nice, and you can't be too nice in life, because when you're too nice in life, which I'm learning that about myself, when you're too nice in life, you get taken advantage of. That's why people aren't nice. That's why people don't like to help. That's why people don't want to help in my situation, because people take advantage, right? So I don't know when I'm ever going to lunch. Girl, I guess I'm going today. It was times that I wouldn't get my lunch. And then it was other times that I would get my lunch right before it's time to go home. And they definitely would clock our lunches, the black people and the younger generation. They would clock our lunches. We better be back on time. But like I told you, remember the girl that went back on time and she sat down with the manager? They knew she was gone because I had to relieve her. And she was gone for like an hour. So she took my break and her break. And she was lazy. But she got better treatment. So because of that situation, now we getting into the story about the oatmeal. I would have to eat something like very solid so that I wouldn't get hungry. And then once that wore off, I'll be trying to sneak in the back and get some of the crackers from the soup and down those. And then once that start hurting, then I have to drink a couple of glasses of water to keep my stomach full and stuff like that. But you shouldn't have to do that. We should be treated as equal because we are equal. Girl, I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. But I would make my oatmeal every single day. I was always in a rush. So there's the oatmeal boiling. I was always in a rush. So I would literally boil the water, jump in the shower. I get out the shower. I throw my oatmeal flakes in. And then I would go and finish getting ready. Well, every single day, I think I would wait too long or I would have the pot too high. Something would be wrong to where I would burn the oatmeal. And every day I had a burnt pot left after the oatmeal in the sink. And my mother would get so upset. Gita, you burnt the oatmeal. And when she passed away, her untimely death to an outpatient surgery, I believe a lot of discrimination had to do with that as well. When she passed away, since then, I have never ate oatmeal because it reminds me of my mother yelling, like me hearing her voice. I can hear her now. I'm going to clean out the pot, mama. I'm going to make sure I clean this pot. All right, guys. It's your girl, Cadillac.